Good morning team, Jono here, and in today's video I'm here at Corey's getting a load for Mount Maunganui, full export load of 15 5.9s throughout, just getting all the light plugs, safety chains, everything all ready for the trailer to be lifted, as if it would be lifted and the safety chains on, it wouldn't go anywhere. And then also if the light plugs are on, it could be ripped out and then you won't be able to have any air hoses or anything. Just at this stage, putting up the lifting chain for Corey to lift the trailer up, and then from there we'll be heading down to the safe zone on the truck, which is just at the front of the truck, so that means the trailer won't be able to hit me as it's got a backboard there, steel, so we're all cushy. And then once Corey's moved the trailer to the back of the truck, I'm putting up the bolsters, making sure the bolsters are all squared away for loading, and making sure the twitches are all in line, not blocking the cradle for the bolsters. Heading now to get the drawbar out, turning the airbag switch for off, so once the drawbar's in the ring feeder and I can attach the hoses, we'll be able to put the air from the truck through to the trailer. That drawbar, close it down a bit. So the drawbar's in, but the pin hasn't locked, so we do this hand motion up and down to make sure that the loader can jimmy it a bit to drop the pin for the ring feeder to lock it in place. But because our mate Corey over here didn't see my hand, he wasn't able to lock it in, but now it's all squared away once he's lifted it up again. All sorted. Now to attach the hoses, the air line, the electrical line, and the EBS, which is electronic brake system for the trailer. So if you're going around a corner too quick and the trailer looks like it's going to lean over and roll, it puts brakes onto one side to stop the roll from occurring for the trailer, and also holds back the truck as well. That squeaking noise you can hear is the actual air coming from the truck through the hose to the trailer. And perfect. Our mate Corey dropped the chain in a perfect spot, so don't need to readjust on the lifting chain. Just right now going through my checks, make sure the twitches are out of the cradle so logs won't get stuck against the twitch, and then also everything looks all kosher. Heading into the truck cab now and then giving the go ahead to load for Corey.
All good to go, Corey, my mate.
At this stage, just got my load on the truck and the trailer, so just heading now, checking the gauges, make sure everything's all sweet as we don't want to be overloaded, and then now giving the go ahead for Corey, thumbs up, heading back to the cab and then seeing if I'm able to chain up here or if I have to move to another location, whilst scanning the truck to see if there's anything out of place.
Perfect, Corey, my mate. So chain up over here or down at that big air skid?
Yeah, either at the gate, northern boundary on the layover, or down at the junction of the Queenstown. So it's going to be skid past.
Roger that, my mate. The docket number for that one is 1696. 1696 for that one, my mate.
Yep, roger. Thank you.
Just loaded away from the top skid, heading out, and with Corey, awesome guy, and with the loader operators that we have with this crew, usually is Corey, Clay, and Johnny. So Johnny's on the wheel loader, and he actually is the morning loader operator. So when I start, Johnny on the wheel loader, and then Corey as well for the grapple loader. In this video, it's going to be a bit of a long one, but it gives you an in-depth view of when we get the load, how we get the load, to the pre-advise as well. For export loads, we have to pre-advise the load, so we use a mobile app for C3 and ISO/Cube, and then that sends it off to get processed. Here on the right hand side, we've got the Top Gun Clay, so he's one of the loader operators. Just sneak by him and yeah, head up. Going to be just before the stop sign to chain up, and then from there gonna go for gold. 3 chains per pack as it's safer, but because it's 5.9s you can legally do 2 chains, but for me 3 chains per pack, keep it nice and safe. We wouldn't want any logs bouncing off from the truck onto the road, and then becoming like a Skittles game, you know, do a little bit of bowling with some cars. I sped up to two times speed just to give you a little bit more of a smoother experience instead of look at me chaining up for 20 minutes, but yeah, it just gives you an idea. So I do 2 loops and then I throw it over side angle. I don't go full extension of the shoulder as I don't want to damage my rotator cuffs, and I like to get some full motion in there as well, so it's not just all the force on the shoulders and on the arms. I know it looks a bit weird, looks like a ballerina Barbie, but YOLO, it's got to happen. I want to try and have a good retirement when I'm older, you know, a little bit more nimble, not needing like walking chairs, walking racks, wheelchairs, all that sort of good stuff, you know. Aim to retire in the Philippines, which would be nice. So Rose and I will be looking in future for land to build a house. And to build a house in the Philippines, it's actually pretty cheap. Like for $20,000 you can actually build a decent house, you know, like a 2-bedroom, bathroom, nothing too over the top. But yeah, if you want something like bigger, you know, 80,000, 100,000, can be a full-on 3 to 4 bedroom house, swimming pool, all that good stuff, and that's including the land as well. So if you're living in the countryside, it's actually a little bit cheaper, but it all depends on your budget and what you want in retirement. Obviously, if you want fun, adventure and all that sort of stuff, you might pay a little bit more. For me, I'm more of a quiet homebody sort of thing, so I've had a pool, self-sufficient as well, you know, with obviously solar, water tanks, all that sort of stuff, and having your own filtered water system. Obviously it's going to cost a bit more, but in the long term you'll be actually saving a lot more money. Yeah, I didn't realize that there was actually a rainbow in the back. Perfect shot. And that's Clay in the background with his grapple loader fueled up, all greased up and heading out. So if you've ever thought of living in the Philippines or want to retire in the Philippines, leave a comment. It'll be good to talk to you and get your takes on it, or if you are living in the Philippines, your experience. Because yeah, I watch all the YouTube videos and it really inspires me, gets me going, and especially the people that live by the ocean. But then I think, well, if a tsunami hits, you're going to get a little bit buggered, aren't you? Big tsunami wave hits you, your perfect little beach house, but yeah, who knows. So yeah, Rose actually has a house, 2-bedroom house, new built, concrete, all that stuff in Mindanao, but she built it for her mum so the mum could retire, you know, with a decent house and all that sort of stuff. So that's all squared away. We're land, so lucky for some, but yeah, obviously Rose wants to, as well as myself, find some land, build a new house, you know, something that we can call our own. Definitely would be nice here in New Zealand, but the land prices, property prices, everything is that bloody expensive. You have to sell both kidneys and both testicles and still wouldn't be having enough money to buy anything. Yeah, it's just a bit ridiculous, eh? Like they say that corruption is not really here in New Zealand and stuff. Okay, so how come everyone can't afford anything? But I think that's everywhere around the world, isn't it? You know, gone are the days where one wage can support the whole family. You can buy a house, you know, and the mortgage is like what, 15 years or something like that, or 10 years compared to what it is now, like 30 or 40 years. Times change. But yeah, that's why I want to go to the Philippines. One, because it's awesome, people are friendly, the culture's awesome as well, real family orientated. I love karaoke, love the food, healthy as well, healthier way of living, you know, if you're living in the province. And yeah, it just suits me down to the T. But yeah, leave a comment wherever you are in the world and tell me a little bit about what it's like where you're from, the housing and all that sort of stuff. Will be definitely interesting to get your take on how things are nowadays. Right, off we go, loaded, heading to Codo, and then after that on to the port. The drive from the crew here to Codo would be 45 minutes to an hour. Just arrived at Codo, now time to pre-advise, so I use the mobile app, take a picture of the actual PDT with the information for the load, like the docket number, grade, where it's from, comp, all that sort of stuff, and take a picture of the front pack, move to the dolly, take a picture of the dolly pack, and for the rear pack, go around the back and take a picture of that pack. Geez, too many rhymes, I must be a rapper. But yeah, beautiful, eh? Every bit of scenery you see, like here we go, Mount Putawaki, in the distance, Mount Edgecombe, a dormant volcano, and one of the prominent landmarks in the Eastern Bay of Plenty.
So upload history, got one, that's for the one docket processed, it's a full load. Awesome, let's get the thing, check the chains, as we're going to be heading to onto the highway. Gonna give this truck a good deglinge today, a proper clean. I normally just go through the truck wash that we have at work, but I might actually make love to it today. Probably give it a good going over, little happy days. Always push in the back brake, eh? we got like a brush for that, but yep. All clear. Tap the tyres, make sure you haven't got a puncture. Yep, all clear. And yeah, Mount Putawaki over there, Mount Edgecombe. Beautiful. Usually you can see Whale Island in the distance as well. And then we've got over here OGI Tasman pulp mill. Oh, what are the breathers? Willy Willy's truck. So yeah, always just do the tyre checks, when you stop over. Don't want to have one of those moments, where you have a puncture and then next minute, boom! So yeah, we're all sorted, all clear. And then we've got KLC over here, which does export to the rail. Up in Port of Tauranga. Oosh! Lovely jubbly.
Awesome stuff, Jono. Definitely proud. So now we're heading off to the port. So over here is the main yard, so KLC to the right. Straight ahead is OGI Tez and Onipu yard. Just before on the left hand side was the gantries, and this is like the main hub of Codo in the Bay of Plenty, New Zealand. Codo would be at this T intersection to the left. Follow that through, carry on straight, and you'll see the signs for the town or the village. It's got everything you need over there. They got a New World shop, all the eateries you could ever want, laundry mats, a high school as well. High school or intermediate? One of those. It's a brand new school anyway. Really nice walks around there too. Yes, it's awesome, eh? Affordable housing. Just here we headed through Matamata village on State Highway 2, and just over the bridge on the railway is an empty log train that comes from Murupara to Codo to Mount Maunganui, and then vice versa, Mount Maunganui, Port of Tauranga to Codo, and then Codo to Murupara. This road actually is really awesome, eh? Really nice, beautiful, nice stops. You got like a cliff face on the left hand side with shrubbery, and on the right hand side you've actually got the ocean. So it's a real nice scenic ocean drive. Just delivered our load now at the Port of Tauranga, heading to get our trailer put up by the cube loader. Grapple loaders are used now at the Port of Tauranga because before they actually had the traditional gantry, but due to the sheer volume of trucks that were coming in, the queues were out the gate, so it was a lot quicker to get these grapple loaders in to get the job done quickly and get the trucks out. So that's why we now use grapple loaders here. But at Hewlett's, which is another yard on the far side, they actually have the traditional gantry, and I think it's like $11 per usage of it. You scan your tag and use it. So we all just use this side over here. Right, let's get into it. So this part actually is in a separate video as well, which is solely just showcasing what we do with a grapple loader to get our trailer up.
How's it going, my man? Wow, living the dream. Friday, can't complain. Oosh.
So the operator's name is Sam, awesome guy, top loader, and he's mainly putting up the trailers, but has experience with forestry. Also was in a death metal band as well up in here in New Zealand, which was actually quite popular. And the trucks that are all lined up over here are lining up for C3, which is another company here that process the logs for Ava, which is then the same with Cube as well, exported around the world, just to different customers. Here Sam's grabbing the lifting chain, giving him a thumbs up, and so as he lifts up the trailer, the drawbar swings out, so you got to watch it, otherwise it will take you out and could hurt you. After that, heading up the safe zone, give a thumbs up and go to the front of the truck. There's a safe zone in the green square with the safe zone. That means you're at a safe distance, so not to be hit by the trailer coming down. When the grapple loader is slewing, definitely takes a lot of skill to put the trailer down in the cradle and line it up all sweet. But once it's done, heading to plug in the light plug for the trailer. Then after that, do the safety chain, but then also say thanks to Sam as well, as it's always good to show appreciation. And a quick little blow of the light plug to, get any dust out there, so it gives a strong connection.
Yeah, make sure the lights on. Cheers, Sam, my mate.
Release and then reapply the brake to make sure that the wheels are in the cradle properly. Apply the safety chain, and then that's us heading out to the security gate, and then from there to our next load. To the left hand side where this yellow crossed area is, trucks usually sort out their lights, chains, all that sort of stuff if they're in a rush, and then also have their brake. Well, that's us for another video. Have an awesome Saturday, have a great rest and a great weekend. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, give a thumbs up and a subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.